Very good morning to all of you. I once again welcome you all to this current video lecture. As we know that in our last lecture we started the important point from the chapter that is called as the different structural effect. So among these we started the first structural effect called as inductive effect. So in that we completed what is meant by inductive effect, what is the definition of inductive effect, what are the different features of this particular inductive effect. So all these points we completed in the last lecture. Now in the current lecture we are going to take the next important point from this inductive effect, that is called as the types of inductive effect. What are the different type of this inductive effect that we have to study in this current lecture. So this inductive effect can be classified into two different types. The first type is called as the electron donating inductive effect, that is represented by plus I, and the second type is called as the electron withdrawing inductive effect, that is represented by minus I. So now these are the two types of this inductive effect. Now question arises, how this inductive effect is classified into these two types. So the basis of classification of this inductive effect is very simple. Suppose if we consider a simple general molecule CH3 single bond CH2 single bond X, suppose, and secondly I consider here a second simple example again, CH3 CH2 single bond Y, suppose. So these are the two examples of organic molecules for elaborating or for supporting the classification of this type of the inductive effect. Suppose now if we consider this first compound, in this first compound this X heteroatom is there. Now whenever this type of classification of inductive effect is there, so this classification depends upon the atom or a group. Suppose in this case we consider this atom or group, suppose. So whether this atom or this group increase the electron density around the carbon atom or decrease the electron density around the carbon atom, depending upon that this inductive effect is classified into these two types. Suppose this is a heteroatom, suppose. For example, if this atom decrease the electron density, suppose this heteroatom X is there, suppose it has a more electronegativity as compared to this carbon. That's how what happens, the electron density present in this bond get shifted towards this X, and that's why what happens, there is a formation of partial negative charge on this carbon while partial negative charge on this X, formation of partial positive charge on this carbon and partial negative charge on this heteroatom. So we can say that due to the presence of this type of the heteroatom, what happens, the electron density around this carbon atom going on decreasing, and if such a type of the decreasing in electron density is there around the carbon atom, then that inductive effect is called as the electron withdrawing inductive effect, and that is shown by the minus I sign. So we can say that this compound shows the minus I inductive effect due to the presence of this particular heteroatom X. Suppose if we consider this second example, what happens, suppose this Y has a tendency, instead of withdrawing, it has a tendency to donate the electron density, suppose. Then what happens, it donate the electron density towards this particular carbon, and due to which what happens, it donates its electron density towards this carbon atom, and that's why there is a formation of partial negative charge on this carbon and this type of the partial positive charge on this particular Y, suppose. This is for our convenience for explaining the type of this particular inductive effect. So what happens in this case, suppose if this Y donates electron density towards this carbon atom, then what happens, formation of partial negative charge is there on this carbon and formation of partial positive charge is there on this wire. So what happens when such a type of increase in electron density is there around this carbon atom, then this type of effect is called as the plus I inductive effect. So this is a very simple example for understanding the plus I and minus I effect. So now how to define this type of the inductive effect? So when the atom or group of atoms which increase the electron density around the carbon atom, it increase the electron density around the carbon atom, then that inductive effect is called as the electron donating inductive effect, and it is represented by plus I. On the other hand, if the atom or group of atoms which decrease the electron density around the carbon atom, then that inductive effect is called as the electron withdrawing inductive effect. So these are the very simple definitions for this plus I inductive effect and minus I inductive effect. So these are simple types of this particular inductive effect. Now there are different type of atoms or groups are there which show this type of the inductive effect. For example, if we consider this type of the minus I inductive effect, this minus I inductive effect can be shown by the groups such as fluorine is there, chlorine is there, this type of the halogens. You may take here bromine, you may take here iodine, we may take here OH. So these type of the atoms or the groups show the minus I inductive effect. On the other hand, this plus I inductive effect can be shown by such a type of the O minus. It may be shown by the COO minus. It may be shown by alkyl group also. If I take the alkyl group, suppose, it also show the plus I inductive effect. We may take here tertiary butyl group CH3 taken thrice. So these type of the groups are there which show the plus I inductive effect as well as this type of the minus I inductive effect. So this is a simple classification regarding the inductive effect. Now next we have to study what are the factors affecting inductive effect. What are the factors which affect this particular inductive effect? So that we have to study now. How this inductive effect is affected by different factors. So for this purpose, we have to consider the factors one by one. So the first important factor which affect this inductive effect is called as the groups. What are the different groups which increase or decrease the electron density? So first of all, if we consider this first factor, so what happens in the first factor? So suppose if we consider the compounds like R single bond CH2 single bond O minus, it's the first general example of a molecule, and second example I consider here R single bond CH2 single bond O single bond H. What happens in these two compounds? The functional groups are different. In the first case, there is a group that is O minus is there, while in the second it is a OH group is there. Now what happens? Due to the negative charge is there on this oxygen, due to which what happens? It donates its electron density toward the carbon atom. And we know that if the electron density is donated by this atom or group of atom toward the carbon atom, then what happens? It has the plus I inductive effect. So it shows the plus I inductive effect. In the second case, what happens? In the second case, this OH, it cannot have any type of the negative charge. So what happens in this case? Instead of donating, this electron density get transferred towards this type of the oxygen instead of donating. That's why what happens if we compare this particular electron density, no doubt this show the plus I inductive effect. It also show the somewhat plus I inductive effect, but what happens? The magnitude of plus I inductive effect is more. It show the more plus I inductive effect and it show less plus I inductive effect. And why this is so? This is because in this case a negative charge is there on this atom, and in this case it is a neutral atom is there. So we can say that this is the first important factor in which the groups which have negative charge, have higher plus I inductive effect than the neutral atom. In this case, this is a negative charge on atom, so it has the more plus I inductive effect as compared to this atom, because this is a neutral in nature. Now this is regarding the plus I inductive effect. Now if I consider the second types of molecules, suppose I take here R single bond CH2 single bond NH3, and the second molecule is I take here, it is a positively charged R single bond CH2 single bond NH2. Now what happens? These are the two compounds which have the different type of the functional groups. In the first case, what happens? The positive charge is there on this nitrogen atom, and due to which what happens? It becomes electron deficient, and that's why it accepts the electron density towards itself. And we know that if this such a type of electron density gets shifted towards the heteroatom, then this electron density get decreased around this carbon atom, and that's why this effect is called as the minus I inductive effect. This is a minus I inductive effect. In this case, what happens? Again, no doubt this electron density shifted towards this nitrogen. In this case also it shifted towards the nitrogen atom, so again it shows the minus I inductive effect. But now if we compare both these magnitude of minus I effect, then what happens? The groups which have positive charge, shows more minus I inductive effect, so it has the more minus I effect. It has a more minus I effect, and it has the less minus I inductive effect. So this is the first factor which affect plus I as well as minus I inductive effect. So we can say that if a negative charge is there, or groups which have the negative charge shows more plus I inductive effect. On the other hand, if groups having the positive charge shows the more minus I inductive effect. So this is the first important factor. Now the second important factor which affects this inductive effect is the electronegativity of atoms, whether this electronegativity of atoms is more or less. So depending upon that, its magnitude also get affected. Suppose I consider here the example like CH3 single bond Mg single bond X. This is a first example. Suppose a second example I take here CH3 single bond boron. Suppose it has the two substituents here. Now these are the two compounds. For these compounds we have to compare their plus I inductive effect. Now the second feature or factor which is important. So what is that second factor? The electronegativity of atom, if it is a decrease, if electronegativity of atom decrease, plus I inductive effect going on increasing. In this case what happens? This heteroatom is attached to this magnesium, and this magnesium attached to this particular carbon. We know that this magnesium has the less electronegativity, that's why this electron density gets shifted towards the particular carbon. This electron density gets shifted towards the carbon, and we know that if electron density is shifted towards the carbon, and there is a increase in electron density around the carbon atom. So this effect is called as the plus I inductive effect. It has the plus I inductive effect. In this case what happens? This boron also shows the electron density tendency towards this carbon atom, that's why it also shows the plus I inductive effect. But now the question arises, the magnitude of which plus I inductive effect is more. So at that time what you have to take into consideration, as electronegativity of atom going on decreasing. If electronegativity going on decreasing, it increase the plus I inductive effect. So among this magnesium and this boron, which atom has the more less electronegativity? So we know that this magnesium has the less electronegativity as compared to this particular boron, and that's why the magnitude of this plus I shown by this magnesium is more, while the plus I inductive effect shown by this boron is less. So this is a second important factor which affect the plus I inductive effect. On the another hand, for minus I inductive effect, suppose I take here the examples like R single bond CH2 single bond fluorine. The second compound I take here R single bond CH2 single bond iodine. Now what happens? These two examples we have to take into consideration for minus I inductive effect. So in this first case, what happens? This halogen is there, and we know that halogens have the more electronegativity, and that's why the electron density around this carbon gets shifted towards this particular fluorine, and that's why the effect shown by this heteroatom fluorine is minus I inductive effect. It shows the minus I inductive effect. Same case is there. This halogen iodine also show the minus I inductive effect due to the more electronegativity as compared to the carbon. So both these compounds show the minus I inductive effect. Now question arises, which minus I has the more magnitude? So for this purpose, we have to take into consideration the second factor. As the electronegativity of atom increase, the minus I inductive effect going on increasing. So it is directly proportional to the electronegativity of atom. So among this fluorine and among this iodine, we know that this fluorine has the more electronegativity, and that's why the minus I inductive effect shown by this fluorine is more. So it shows the more minus I inductive effect, while the inductive effect shown by this iodine is less. So this is the second important factor which affects this particular inductive effect. For plus I inductive effect, if electronegativity of atom is lower, it shows the more plus I inductive effect. On the other hand, if electronegativity is more for a given atom, it shows the more minus I inductive effect. So this is the second important factor which affects this particular inductive effect. Now if we consider the third important factor which affect this inductive effect, factor number third. So for this purpose, we have to take into consideration again some simple examples. So I consider here a simple example as R single bond CH2. This is the first simple example. Next I consider here R single bond CH single bond R, and third example I consider here R single bond C single bond R, again single bond R. Now these are the three different organic molecules. Now as far as these molecules are concerned, what happens? If we go from first to second to the third molecule, more and more alkyl groups are to be added in a given compound. So what happens? This is a factor number 3, as the number of alkyl groups going on increasing. In this case, one alkyl group is there. In this case, two alkyl group is there. In this case, three alkyl groups are there. Now what happens? We know that these alkyl groups shows the tendency to increase the electron density around the carbon atom. It transfers electron density towards carbon atom. Again, it transfers electron density towards this carbon atom. It also transfers electron density towards this carbon atom. So what happens? If more and more alkyl groups are added to the given molecule, then what happens? The plus I inductive effect. Then plus I inductive effect increases. Plus I effect increases. So this is the third number factor, as the number of alkyl groups are to be added in a given compound. It shows the more plus I inductive effect. On the other hand, if we take for minus I inductive effect, if I take suppose this type of molecules, R single bond CH2 single bond Cl, then second compound I take here R single bond CH single bond Cl single bond Cl, and third compound is there R single bond C single bond Cl, this Cl also, and this is a Cl. So what happens? In this case, we take such a compound in which gradually the number of this chlorine atom going on increasing. We know that this chlorine has the more electronegativity, so it shows the electron withdrawing nature. So this particular electron density get transferred towards this chlorine. So what happens? Now as the number of chlorine atom going on increasing, what happens? its tendency to withdraw the electron density again going on increasing. So what happens? In this case, one chlorine atom is present. In this case, two chlorine atom. In this case, three chlorine atoms. So we can say that as the number of electronegative atom going on increasing, then what happens? The minus I inductive effect going on increasing. Minus I inductive effect. It shows minus I inductive effect increases. Minus I inductive effect increases. So this is a third number important factor for this minus I inductive effect. In this case, more and more electronegative atoms are to be added, and that's why this minus I inductive effect going on increasing. As we consider the fourth number factor, what happens? If we consider the S character, S character in a molecule, in an atom, so what happens? This S character is inversely proportional. This S character is inversely proportional to the plus I inductive effect. So what is the meaning of this? If we take an atom, a group of atom in which if S character is more, then the plus I inductive effect going on decreasing. On the other hand, if this S character is more, S character is more, then what happens? It is directly proportional to the minus I inductive effect. So as S character going on increasing, its minus I inductive effect going on increasing. So this is regarding the S character present in a given molecule. And the last factor, or the last point which we are going to take here, is nothing but the examples of different atoms or group of atoms which shows plus I and minus I inductive effect. So first of all, I take here plus I inductive effect, which group shows the plus I inductive effects. So there are the different atoms or group of atoms which shows the plus I inductive effect, like O minus, it shows the more inductive effect than COO minus, it shows the more plus I inductive effect than this type of the tertiary butyl group CCH3 taken thrice. It shows the more plus I inductive effect than CH3 taken two times. So these are the some common examples of atoms or group of atoms which show the plus I inductive effect. And the last for this minus I inductive effect, what are the different atoms or group of atoms? So the first important atom or group is a NR3 positive. It shows the more minus I inductive effect. Then this NO2, that is nitro group, it shows the more minus I inductive effect than that of the cyanide group C triple bond N. Then it shows the more minus I inductive effect than that of the carboxylic acid group COOH. It has the more minus I inductive effect than as compared to fluorine. So these are the some common atoms or group of atoms which shows minus I inductive effect as well as the plus I inductive effect. So these are the 5 different factors which affects the magnitude of particular inductive effect. So in a today's video lecture, we completed the 2 different aspects of this inductive effect. In the first part, we study here what are the different types of the inductive effect. So this inductive effect is of 2 types: electron donating inductive effect and electron withdrawing inductive effect, depending upon whether the atom or group of atom increase the electron density around the carbon atom or decrease the electron density around the carbon atom. In a second half, we consider the factors affecting the inductive effect. So we consider here the 5 different factors. First factor regarding whether the atom having the negative charge or whether it is having the positive charge. If more negative charge is there, it shows the more plus I inductive effect. If more positive charge is there, it shows the more minus I inductive effect. The second important factor is there: if the electronegativity of atom is lower, it shows the more plus I effect, while if the electronegativity of atom is more, it shows the more minus I effect. The third important factor is there which we consider which completed, that is, if more and more number of alkyl groups are added, it shows the more plus side inductive effect, while if more and more negative atoms are added, it shows the more minus side inductive effect. And the fourth important factor is there, if S character is more, then it shows the lower magnitude of plus side inductive effect, while if more S character is there, it shows the more magnitude of minus side inductive effect. And the last point is there, that are the different examples of atoms or group of atoms which show plus side and minus side inductive effect. So with this we have to conclude this current lecture. Remaining points we will take in a next lecture. So with this, today I stop here. Thank you so much.